Día 8. No, del día 8 pasamos al día 15. Una noche larga. Llega a casa tras otra larga jornada y encuentra una nota en la alcibera. Reconoce la letra apresurada de Sam. Han desahuciado a Chris por no pagar su alquiler. Ya sabes cómo va a acabar esto. Sam ha ido a recoger las cosas de Chris de la calle. No esperes, duérmete. Subrayado 2 veces. Ahora esto es culpa tuya. De mal humor le das al play para ver la peli barata de terror que ibais a ver juntos. Hace años te aterrorizaba, pero ahora siempre te vas a hacer reír. Sin sal no es lo mismo, pero aún así de vez en cuando te saca alguna risotada. Justo cuando vas a llegar a la mejor parte, cuando Candy decide ir a investigar sola, tu hijo de 14 años te interrumpe, quiere ir a casa de un amigo, te mira de forma que solo un niño puede hacerlo, suplicante pero a la vez desafiante. Mm, no se puede salir tan tarde cuando mañana hay cole. Cada vez más alta y cuando ve que no vas a cambiar de idea. Fíjense que lo hacemos por mi bien, pero en realidad solo quiere que no te moleste, te odio, gilipollas. Duda, sabe que se ha pasado de la raya, pero con la rabia no es capaz de regular. Sin darte la oportunidad de abrir la boca, sale corriendo escaleras arriba y cierra la puerta dando por tazo. Bueno, decide darle un poco de tiempo, los dos tenéis que calmaros. Encima le ha dicho gilipollas al padre, ¿sabes? Por la mañana toca la puerta del cuarto de tu hijo, no responde al entrar, ves que su cama está vacía y la ventana abierta. Este maldito niño, cuando Charlie llegue a casa esta noche, pues lo va a castigar indefinidamente. El niño no ha hecho caso. Una Navidad ajustada, día 48. Y yo, no voy a decir hemos avanzado en época, ¿no? No puede evitar sonreír mientras ve el exterior de la mesa. La nieve se asienta sobre la hierba en el exterior. Los niños están jugando con los matasuegros mientras tu anciana madre te mantiene con los ojos abiertos. Trata de mantener los ojos abiertos. Siempre te encantó la Navidad. Te sientas presidiendo la mesa donde solía sentarse tu padre. Ha sido una tarde tensa y todos se dan cuenta. Es la primera vez que ves a Krista negarte de darle tu pasaporte. Ha sido un gran cambio para Sam. Antes eras inseparable. La Navidad suele ser tan bonita época del año. Solo se escucha el traqueteo de la cobertería mientras Chris te dedica una mirada afilada. Haces un brindis. Te pones en pie y alzas la copa. Feliz Navidad a todos, estoy feliz de que estemos todos aquí. Todos murmuran salud y la copa tintinea en entrechocar. Trini no se mueve. Sí, todos estamos aquí gracias a ti. Sal suspira de nuevo. Chris, por favor, en Navidad, ¿puedes dejarlo ya? Chris se aleja de ti y decide pegar su corazón con un trozo de pollo asado barato. Tu hija Susie aprovecha la oportunidad para acorralarte. A que quieres mucho, te ríes, esto me suena. Esto no me va a gustar, ¿verdad? Bromeas. Pone los ojos en blanco. Sabes que mis amigos y yo estamos planeando un viaje este año, ¿no? Comienza a contar Susie inocentemente. Bueno, esperaba que me ayudaras económicamente. Chris suelta un mufido burlón interrumpiendo. Yo no tendré grandes esperanzas, Susie. La generosidad no es el punto fuerte de Ale, ¿verdad? Ignorando a Chris, sonríes a tu hija. Veremos un montón de lugares del mundo y aprenderemos de otras culturas. Suspira y baja la voz. Ya sabes que ahora mismo no tenemos dinero, que la abuela se está quedando con nosotros. No podemos permitirnos Susie. Porfa, los padres Harry la van a ayudar. Está bien. Lo siento, iba a consultármelo y va a seguir fingiendo que no existe. Siente como tu mejilla se enrojece y te gira para que Chris no pueda verlo. Sabes que últimamente no has estado muy presente, pero este reproche te parece demasiado duro. Chan suspira y parece iluminarse. Por suerte estoy de acuerdo. Esta es una gran oportunidad y seguro podemos sacar dinero en alguna parte. Chan no te mira. Charlie, incómodo, anuncia que se va a su cuarto y comienza a lavar los platos en silencio. ¿Has disfrutado de tu cumpleaños, Patri? Le dice tu madre alegremente. Putas navidades. Hasta los cojones ya. Día 63. Caído del cielo. ¿Qué es el dinero? Ojea la pila del correo acumulado. Cada nueva factura es como un golpe en el estómago. Hasta que un sobre azul capta tu atención. Al reconocer el logo de Advance en él, lo abre. Estimada familia Winson, gracias por enviarnos vuestro pasaporte para su validación. Confirmamos su recepción y validación para el nuevo plan de redención de bienes y riqueza. Esto hará que el último mes de discusión de esa haya merecido la pena. Por este motivo nos complace entregar este cheque que esperamos que consideréis un símbolo no solo de gratitud, sino de vuestro compromiso firme para crear una sociedad libre de desigualdades. El latido que notas en la herida que te has hecho al cortarte en el papel es lo único que te indica que no estás soñando. Un cheque muy gordo. Chris tenía razón, os va a estar redistribuyendo la riqueza de verdad. Seguiremos luchando por cuidar de nuestra nación y sus ciudadanos. Adelante juntos. El peso de tu carga financiera se ligera, es una bendición. Mola. Día 72. Largo fin de semana. Dinero actual sin preocuparte cada día. Porque se bloquea siempre la cremallera de esta maleta. Esto es aniversario. Cada año San y tú salís equiparado el fin de semana casi siempre de camping. No tenéis dinero para mucho más. Estabais deseando que llegara este fin de semana para pasar tiempo juntos y todo sin el ajetreo y la rutina. Sin hijos, sin trabajo y solo un poco de romance en algún lugar apartado y con calma. La cremallera por fin cede y arrastra la pesada maleta escaleras abajo. La luz del contestador parpadea en la mesa al pasillo. Buenas tardes, Alex. Soy el señor Moloma. Te llamo para informarte que este fin de semana vas a tener que venir a trabajar. Y yo, ¿en serio? Corazón se te hunde. Hemos recibido información sobre las crecientes tensiones entre nuestra nación y las potencias extranjeras. El equipo de informativo nacional nocturno va a trabajar todo este fin de semana para asegurarnos de que no somos los primeros en dar las noticias. No hace falta que te diga que espero verte aquí mañana por la mañana a las 8 en punto. Que pase buena tarde, dale. La conmoción se convierte en enfado y rápidamente en furia. ¿Qué vas a decirle a Sam? Tu pareja baja las escaleras y radiante emoción. Darte un beso, coge la llave del coche y empieza a cargar las maletas en el maletero. Necesito este fin de semana. Mensaje eliminado. ¿Qué era? Pregunta la voz detrás de ti. Nada importante, responde mientras te cobres el abrigo con la adrenalina recorriendo todo el cuerpo. Agarrando la cintura, cierra la puerta prácticamente en puertas. Será mejor que disfrutes de estas vacaciones que el lunes va a pagar por ellas. Hombre, si te parece un regreso desagradable. Es lo que hay. Cuando vuelves a trabajar el lunes por la mañana recibes miradas de desprecio de tus compañeros agotados. Hay una nota en tu mesa escrita con una caligrafía inmaculada en rojo sangre. Estoy muy decepcionado, Winston. ¿Ha merecido la pena? Pues sí. El día libre es para disfrutar. Y yo, día 98. Una autorización. Tu hijo Charlie te mira por encima del hombro cuando lo lees. ¿Te cuesta alcanzar tus objetivos? ¿Eres miembro activo de un equipo? ¿Te gusta repartir los beneficios de la cooperación? Mira, únete a los emprendedores de Advance. Adelante juntos. No parece que sea el club joven del que te hablo. Charlie te quita el panfleto y te pone un formulario en la mano. Para que puedas ir caminando hasta allí después del cole y la hermana de Ben no traiga casa. Allí sí no tendrá que hacer nada. Eh. Vale. Está emocionado. Verlo activo. Seguro que esto es positivo. Asociación rentable. Tras un día especialmente duro en el trabajo, vuelve a casa y encuentra el correo organizado en montones, tal y como Sam acostumbra hacer últimamente. La mayoría no es nada más que la basura siempre, pero te llama la atención una que en el logo es ya reconocible blanco, que hay escrito con letras rojas. Urgente, responda inmediatamente. Será mejor superarlo. Estimada familia Winston, por lo presente queremos informarles de que el gobierno de avance ha dado un nuevo paso en la lucha a la igualdad. Hemos nacionalizado las principales empresas privadas y retribuido sus recursos entre los ciudadanos de este gran país. El programa de bonos de asociación asegura que la riqueza que crea el pueblo se entrega al pueblo. No recuerda haberlo visto en el manifiesto. Cada familia se convertirá en socio de una de estas tres instituciones seleccionada cuidadosamente por avance en su alto desempeño de seguridad financiera. Por favor, tenga en cuenta que toda su rentabilidad depende de la opinión pública y no podemos garantizarla. Por favor, seleccione una de las siguientes. Ojo del observador. Vemos la belleza de todos nuestros clientes, ya sea mediante cosmética o costura. Los chollos de nail son una locura. Nos digamos, se ve feliz, ya sea en forma de viaje, ocio, tiempo para ti. Vale. Gracias por formalizar su selección. Por favor, envíe este formulario utilizando el sobre proporcionado. Recibirá un informe de su asociación entre 3 y 6 meses. Parece que ni siquiera Van podría acabar con señalar que la democracia es gubernamental. El futuro de esta nación está en la asociación. Adelante juntos. ¿Cuánta influencia se puede tener? Vale, día 120. Rebelión adolescente. Oh, otra vez el niño dando la lata. Sale del coche en silencio. Sam cierra de un portazo y hace un gesto de dolor, con la esperanza de que no haya roto nada. No dice nada, ahora no es el momento. Mientras se acerca al mostrador empieza a encontrarte mal físicamente. La gente de policía os pide que esperéis. Al final, tras lo que parece una eternidad, vuestra hija sale cortada por una agente de cara amable. Vale, es la hija. Es buena chica, pero la hemos vuelto a pillar pintando un grafiti, así que tendremos que multarla. Asiente y te disculpa del nombre de Susie, mientras Sana hablas a tu hija y sigue en shock. Mientras le da la mano a la gente te dice algo en voz baja. Aleja de ese chico y todo irá bien. Una vez en el coche intenta sacar el tema, pero Susie se niega a decir ni una palabra. Tras varios intentos deja de preguntarle quién era el chico del que hablaba el policía y te limita a conducir. Horas más tarde me están mirando el techo con preocupación. El silencio sepulcral de la habitación es la única señal de que, como tú, Sam tampoco puede dormir. ¿Quién será ese chico con el que sale? ¿Por qué se comporta así? Ninguno de los dos va a dormir esta noche. Día 153. Creo que ya me toca, ¿no? Después de más de 130 días sin, sin trabajar, o sea, sin hacer lo de las paneles, me tocará. La tempestad.
Good evening, Alex. It's Boozman here, your boss. While you're powering up and getting the adverts loaded, I thought I should just tell you that we've had one of those public information films from the government, and it's mandatory that you play it. You still have a free choice for the other two, so read those tape labels carefully, but make sure you play the advance advert, preferably at the second break. Right, that's the lot. Have a great show. Total pimp. My God, that weather looks nasty.
know why I talked to you.
You're probably just a really awful date.
10 seconds, everybody. Like I said, all of you.
Did your personality accidentally slip out?
Pricks. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolf. Our main story tonight.
Uncooperative. A mysterious symbol has appeared overnight on thousands of buildings throughout the capital.
Tonight, in an exclusive live interview with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, I'll be asking what this mysterious symbol.
Critics have been quick to dismiss the graffiti as a publicity stunt.
Porque no se escucha la voz ahora.
By a tiny disorganized group of those who will never under any circumstances
We shall overcome.
be content.
Trapped in Dante's taint for more than a month now. Doctors Ingrid
Lo que se escucha aquí.
and David Wong announced today that they're considering
With
two
two of the
possible
finest
options.
minds in science, hopes are still high
working
for the eventual return of the team to dry land.
Without enough engineers to successfully fix their craft, the team seemed likely to attempt to farm the cabin's ecosystem while they wait for rescue from above ground. Risotto, Jeremy. I think I'll stick to risotto,
Bearing
Jeremy.
their opinions, the formerly rich are fighting back with a naked protest.
Our very own Robin Short was on hand earlier today when this new protest group first presented themselves.
Spokesman Wendy Taylor's apprentice said they've had the shirts off our backs. They might as well have the rest of it too. And while it's easy to laugh, perhaps we should all just be pondering how desperate the formerly rich are to regain their power.
Table for two. Johnny Hansleaves and Tiffany Lamour were spotted having a private moment out at lunch today.
The popular couple have certainly been on a roller coaster since they started dating late last year. And this image is sure to place them firmly back in the tabloids.
Could we be on the verge of the biggest celebrity wedding since
Qué
professional
bonito.
wrestler Randy Grizzlenuts McFridge married his longtime tag team partner Tina Tiny Hands last year in a wrestling ring made entirely of cake?
Is this once celebrated role model about to become the bad boy of sport?
And onwards and upwards. In an attempt to put the Mr. Snugglehugs disaster behind them, Remington's Fist CEO Sophia Remington today announced a brand new product that already has the markets buzzing with interest.
This groundbreaking product came as quite a shock when it was revealed earlier today, though its critics are skeptical that the young CEO can fulfill her promises.
Described as a breakthrough far ahead of its time, the male contraceptive pill is heralding a sexual revolution. Its fans are celebrating the fact that men can finally
producto.
take equal responsibility for contraception, but others have expressed concerns over its safety and side effects.
With that exclusive prime ministerial interview coming up later,
And our very own Patrick Bannon coming to you live from the first annual Sports Board final.
you won't want to miss a second of tonight's National Nightly News.
Whereas first tonight, after the Christmas horror caused
La
by
cara
Mr.
del nota.
Snugglebugs, we have an exclusive interview with one of the victims.
Poor 7-year-old Timmy Tadlock, like so many of those affected by the Christmas bloodbath, has spent the last 3 months undergoing a series of reconstructive facial surgeries.
Last week, joyfully, he spoke for the first time since the tragedy. Tonight, he talks to us.
Before we go to the interview, however, this station would like to issue a full and frank apology for any part we may have played in the tragedy. We should never have...
Went to play croquet with the Jessups.
Thank you. It's in the cupboard. Come on,
Doing in there?
Aquí hay...
Yes, I'm coming.
Can we
I'm
have Mr.
coming.
Tadlock in, please?
I'm sweating.
Team. We're
Joder,
sorry.
que hay
In
chisme ahí.
future, we will do better.
Now it's over to Robin Short at the Tadlock family home. Robin?
Thank you, Megan. I'm here with Mr. and Mrs. Tadlock and their 7-year-old son, Timothy. Thanks for spending time with us today.
Yes, well, you're bloody lucky we're spending any time with you at all after what you lot did. Irresponsible. I mean, whose idea was this anyway?
It's all right. Wasn't your fault. As you can see, Megan, there's still a few open wounds
La
here.
herida sigue
I'll
abierta.
tread carefully. I'm going to speak to Timmy now. Hello, Timmy. Can you see me?
Mummy, who's that lady?
It's the lady from television, Timothy. She's going to ask you a few questions.
And you be careful now, it upsets him to remember.
Don't worry, Mr. Tadlock. I wasn't the youngest ever editor of the Swinstead Middle School Inquirer for no reason. So, Timmy, can you tell us what happened to you? You had just unwrapped Mr. Snugglehugs, hadn't you? Was he under the tree?
Yes, I could smell him already. He smelled like love.
Ah, yes, that'll be the fur. Scented.
¿En serio?
I was so excited. I ran up to my room and gave him a big hug. He was so soft and warm, like our cat, before he got in the way of Daddy's Porsche.
Jolly cat had a death wish.
And what did Mr. Snugglehugs say to you?
He blinked his real action eyes and said, "You're my very best friend." But I sure wish Mrs. Snugglehugs was here, and she can't be, for just $89.99. And then it's the general error. 41.
And is that when he burst into flames?
Look careful.
And then he exploded.
Oh, look, I've asked you nicely.
And am I right in saying that one of his real action eyes is now permanently embedded in your cheek?
Yes. When I took him in at night, it glows through bandages.
Pero qué cojones.
Staring at me.
Yeah, some of the other children have started calling him Timmy Three Eyes. And with his glasses, that's 5.
It's too many eyes, Robin.
And what's the last thing you remember before the darkness overtook you?
He looked at me with his one eye and laughed. Laughed as he burned.
It sounds very traumatic. You have nightmares.
All right, that's quite
you,
enough of
Timmy?
you two
Timmy?
coming in here with your camera trying to make a buck out of our suffering. I won't have it.
Mr. Tadlock, just a couple more questions. Timmy, do you think you will ever be what we can call
No, you
normal
can't.
again?
And now look. Oh, you've made him cry with all 3 of his eyes.
Yo, la que se está liando.
Do you think your parents will ever really love you again?
Right, that's it. Enough. Come on,
I'm
baby.
happy, Mr. Tadlock.
Oh, your poster, your favourite poster. Timmy, are you okay? Oh.
So there you have it, Megan. Just one of the many victims of an indescribable tragedy
Pero qué
that
cojones.
affected our nation.
I'm bleeding, am I not?
Thank you, Robin, Harry and stuff.
Is my espresso here?
Contact lens.
Where are we next?
I think I'm blacking out.
So, Jeremy, what are the warning signs a consumer should look out for when they're spotting a dangerous toy?
Well, Megan, experts advise to always check for the new advanced mark, which guarantee a level of safety and quality.
Can we just get a close-up on camera 3 here? So if we take a look at this National Nightly News mug, you should see the mark just on the base of it there.
In the wake of the scandal, the government were praised for their swift response in bringing in this set of stringent checks on new products.
It certainly is good to know that someone's watching out for our families. When we come back, our very own Patrick Bannon will be live from the Sports Board Finals. Stick around, you won't want to miss it.
We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back.
Oh, sorry, I'm bursting.
The burden on your children. Are you scared of a long, painful decline in your final years? Of being trapped in your own body as it slowly wastes away? Or losing your grip on reality? Well, it doesn't have to be that way.
Alex, Bozeman, we're getting reports in that naked protesters might try and
Pero
spoil the
tanto de
sports board
mundo.
final by waving their fleshy bits about. Try and make sure you don't broadcast it. It's 6 p.m. for God's sake. No one wants to see.
No me digas eso, que yo estoy en directo.
Bozeman out.
Class kitchens or collect your thoughts in our
No me digas eso, que yo estoy en directo.
And when it's time, at the end of your stay, you'll pass on painlessly, surrounded by those you love, in comfort and luxury. Isn't that what we all deserve at the end of a life well lived? Our expert legal team will help you make all those difficult arrangements, and our aftercare team will help your dependents through the grieving process, ensuring your final wishes
Todo deshecha totalmente.
are efficiently and compassionately, all absolutely free. Your health service, your team.
Back to the National Nightly News. I'm Megan Wolfe. Coming up later, we'll be speaking to the Prime Ministers about their exciting new healthcare facilities, transition centres.
Nice to see they care.
You're absolutely right, Jeremy. But first, we're going now to our own Patrick Bannon, who's reporting live from the finals of the new game that's gripping the nation, Sports Board. Patrick?
That's right, Megan. You joined me live here from the final of the first annual Sports Board Championship. It's been a hotly contested competition so far. I think it's fair to say these two have been dancing around each other all season. First up, we have Ellie Striker. She's the more experienced of our two players today. Striker has got an accuracy of 7, a danger rating of K, and a 12-month driving ban. Striker's known for her signature move, the lanky hamster. And facing her tonight, hoping to prove himself with a career record of 12 outs, 14 finishes, and a divorce pending, it's Mr. Wingspan himself, Tommy, the Fingernail Harris. Just waiting on the ref now. The slapping ceremony is taking part. Still going on. Striker, of course, first to start as she won the trivia round earlier on by some margin.
A ver qué cojones es esto.
Harris, perhaps the brawn and not the brain. Stupid. Eddie Striker. Nice start there from Striker. She's determined not to let the nerves show. Not after last time.
¿Qué cojones?
Mr. Harris now, Tommy. Using his arm to pick up the ball. Not a bad shot there from Harris. Back to Striker for shot number 3. All right.
¿Qué cojones?
She's gone to sort of throwing it under her legs. Not bad if you ask me.
Was there contact? Don't know why you complained. To Harris.
Bit of business with the ref, but it got sorted out. Back to Harris now. A ball in the hand is worth 2 in the bush.
Football. Move back.
I'd say that's fair, but what do I know? Oh no, and Harris is not going to be happy with that. So really not a good start there for Tommy Harris in round 1. We can only hope that round 2 treats him a bit better. But first, of course, after the argument with the ref section, it's time to change ends. Now we have the ceremonial changing of the ends. And of course, now they go back to the starting positions, as that makes sense. Striker giving it large.
Second round, double, Harris.
We're into round 2 now with Harris. Okay, we seem to have some sort of streaker on the pitch. Apologise if we broadcast any of that stuff. She appears to have slogans across her breasts and arse.
No.
Try and ignore all of that. Security.
Que se ven bola.
Get them out as soon as possible. Apologise if we broadcast any of that. As I said, we're going to get the situation resolved as soon as possible.
Que se ven bola, no.
But it's proving a bit difficult. I'm struggling to follow.
Por lo menos está censura.
It's quite an eyesore, and women's body. Yeah. All right, great. Okay, so back into round 2 now, and Harry's absolutely determined to close that massive gap.
Por lo menos está censurado.
Striker. No, it's just some of the tightest play I've seen ever. Harris. And was that offensive thumbscrew? We haven't seen that since the heats. What a brilliant move.
Qué mierda de juego es este, yo.
Striker. And we know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. That is, of course, the ground sound. Excellent bit of play here on both sides of the bucket. I don't know about you at home, but I'm finding the technical mastery in display here absolutely blooming jaw-dropping. The ref has spotted something in Harris's neck or head. And Harris is having an absolute shocker. What a miserable start there for Tommy Harris.
Pero qué cojones.
And after all, it is a game of 2 halves. 4 rounds and 7 subgenres. But now, of course, it's time for the half-time show. Sponsored by Remington Smith.
On my whistle, on my whistle.
Must be some music here to start the half-time show. Okay, another posh protester loose on the court here. We can only apologise for that. We'll do our best to shield you from having
Otro tío en bola.
Is running around here with his genitals on display for all.
No, que lo hice.
And ruining what was shaping up to be quite the dance interlude there. Now he's thrusting himself in Harris's face. Security's on it. And the bucket has been knocked over. I cannot stand it when the bucket gets knocked over. Hopefully he'll get taken out now. Genitals flying around for all to see. Really, if you ask me, not Sunday morning television. And out of there, hopefully taken away, never to be seen again.
Final poses.
Madre.
Ball boy cannot be in the final pose.
And a lovely finish there on both sides of the bucket. I wouldn't like to call that one. And as we head into round 3, I'd love to know what's going on.
Vaya que se está liando.
But unfortunately, because of science, we can't.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Not bad. So that ball boy's giving me the eye all day. I don't know what's going on there. Striker there, not a great start. She looks a bit flustered, I think, after all that swinging around. Back to Harris here. God, what I wouldn't give to be that ball. I'm all right, ladies. Tommy Harris. And it dribbled down his arm, which is actually a really good move, because, of course, if it dribbles down his arm and goes on the floor, it's not going in the bucket.
Pero qué
Back to
cojones.
striker. And striker's gone for the animal bonus there, but of course, perhaps... And yes, Harris has counted with a tiny bell. That is wonderful play. Of course, we've seen that before. Look at her face.
Y yo cada vez entiendo menos.
That could have been the clincher. What a massive shame.
Harris receives possession now.
Harris to serve now. Harris, of course, undefeated by Kestrel in his last 4 battles. So, here we go. Tommy Harris. That's all right. Not bad there. He threw it quite far away from him, which is quite a good idea. Very clever there. Perhaps a little contact. A caution from the referee, who's being, if you ask me, a little bit harsh. Ellie Striker. And she's let the nerves get to her. What the hell was that? You hate to see it, don't you? You cannot believe it. Oh, for God's sake. Okay, like, I mean, this is a mess now.
Otra vez.
What can we be doing about this? I mean, it's sort of breasts and genitals for all to see. I mean, there's only so much you can do. They're sort of everywhere, aren't they? All right, I'll try and carry on. The players are trying to carry on, but of course it's difficult because these protesters, hopefully we can get them taken off soon so we can carry on with the match. Nonsense is going on here. Yes, yes.
We want our money.
Yes, very good. Take them away. Bloody wasters. Absolute wasters.
Madre mía la que se está liando.
Oh, jog on!
This is the mime round.
It's an absolute bloody... Okay, and now we're going to go into the final round. And of course, as it's a Tuesday, the final round is a mime round. Who could believe it? Nice imaginary shot there from Harris. It really could go in there at this point. Really high-level play here from 2 absolute juggernauts of the sport.
Hold.
The bucket getting moved back to its proper place. About time, if you ask me. She's juggling it around from her hands. Interesting.
Pero qué cojones.
And she's put it in her mouth like as if it was an egg. And now she's and she spat it out. She did the egg spit. So a wonderful move there, quite late on.
Illegal spit.
From Striker. But she's in it to win it.
Harris's ball.
On it, like a car bonnet.
¿Qué cojones?
Tommy Harris here, having a bit of beef. And he's peeling it as if it were a banana, which is an interesting move. Not sure if he hasn't had his potassium or what's going on today with Harris. And he's throwing it, and the banana was the ball! What a fantastic move there from Harris. Unfortunately, that is the end. What a pathetic, there we go, Jeremy, that is over. How can he look his 8-year-old son in the face tonight? What a lump. We just have to wait for the referee now to announce it to make sure it is all official.
Contestants in, please. And the winner
is
of the first annual Sports Board Championship is everyone!
Okay, the ref has decreed once again a win for everyone, including me as my 15th win in the Sports Board Championship. I'm going to be celebrating tonight with my wife and children. Another wonderful victory for me. Here come the on-site security to collect their medals, their 6th and 7th respectively. And thanks again for watching the Sports Board Championships. What more is there to say? I'm Patrick Bannon, looking forward to celebrating tonight. And all that's left to say, Jeremy, is back to you in the studio.
Patrick Bannon there had an extraordinary final.
Historic sports board, Jeremy.
I didn't know you were a fan.
Oh yeah, I can wrench a doubler with the best of them, I'll have you know.
I certainly wouldn't bet against you.
When we come back, I'll be talking live with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, who apparently have a big announcement you wouldn't want to miss.
That's coming up after these messages.
1 minute back. 1 minute back.
Do you suffer from benign prostate enlargement?
Sufre de prostatitis.
Come on. I'm Tommy the Fingernail Harris, sporting legend. I've got it all. 4 world championships, 2
Tío, tío.
cars,
Hay chisme en el plato.
and an enlarged prostate gland.
Postman again. Just heard from the chaps in maintenance. Storm is playing havoc with the electrics, and you might notice the odd spark. Nothing to worry about. Happens all the time. Dave got shocked into a coma last year, but he was up and at 'em the next day. Anyway, our compensation package is parallel to none. Good luck. Postman out.
Between you and your she-demon of an ex-wife. So what caused this big old prostate in your bum? Well, sorry, me and the doctors, we don't know. I can tell you, as you get older, your body changes. And that's okay.
Porque hace un cubo ahí en medio.
If you're worried about your swollen bum sack, book an appointment, for God's sake. Procedure is easy, it's quick, and it's not gay. I'm Tommy the Fingernail Harris. Rectums, check them.
Welcome back. I am Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement. Welcome to the National Nightly News, Prime Ministers.
Oh, please, it's just Julia and Peter.
We don't believe much in titles. It doesn't seem very advanced.
We're delighted to be here.
Well, firstly, I should ask how you feel about the graffiti that's been springing up across the capital. Should we be worried?
Oh, no, you definitely shouldn't be worried.
Well, not unless you've got a fatal paint allergy anyway.
But yes, it does seem that there are still some people we haven't been able
Lo
to
voy a
help.
hacer totalmente al máximo, por eso.
Whinges.
People who've yet to benefit from the many advantages of the new future.
And you know, Megan, as my old mum used to say,
Parece que lo va a llevar al
some
máximo.
persons who just don't know how to be happy.
We're working hard to reach these people, find out what they're angry about and how we can help. The door to my government is always open.
Someone's dripping on me.
But we didn't come here to talk about what may yet turn out to be some alternative arts project.
Which we no doubt will have funded.
When we want to talk to the nation about something far more exciting.
Yes, your office briefed us that you have an announcement to make, but they were being surprisingly secretive about it.
Let me ask you a question, Megan.
Oh, okay, it's not usually how it works, but...
What scares you? I mean, really scares you?
It's death, Pet. She's talking about death.
We're all afraid of our deaths. It's part of being human.
Sorry, are you saying that Advance have cured death?
That'll be a vote winner. Yep, that was definitely a drop there.
But while we may not...
Él nota con la gota del techo.
We found a way to make it much less scary.
And much less painful and much less expensive. Look, which is me close-up camera?
Oh,
Beth?
sorry, yes, it's camera 4 right there.
When I was 13, my mum came and got me from school. He was to go to the hospital. My granddad, he'd collapsed that morning, so we'd all to say our goodbyes. And I went in to see him. He were all frail and pale. And I was scared because I'd only seen him the week before, and he'd been fit as fiddle. And he said to me, Peter, he said, it's the right time. I don't ever want to be a burden to the people I love.
Was that the last time you saw him?
Nope, 3 days later we were back home. He lived with us for 9 miserable years after that. He had to be fed with a rubber spoon. He had a commode, so he'd just take a shit right there in the lounge while we were watching football. He wouldn't even wait till half-time.
That sounds...
It was awful. Awful for us. And this is the point. It were awful for him. He could see it was destroying me, man, watching him slowly fade away. And he would beg her to turn off his breathing equipment at night, but she couldn't, or she wouldn't. It were a crime, you see. And she didn't want to lose the children, as well as her old man.
Lol.
No family should have to suffer like Peter's did. And now no family will have to. The health service is today opening the first of 300 new transition centres.
The transition centres will handle everything for your last days.
Hostia.
Legal,
Centro para
financial,
morir.
medical and emotional costs are all catered for and paid for by the government. So even the poorest citizen gets to pass on with dignity when they choose.
And that choice is important. This is a service only for people who choose it. For people who feel they run their course and don't want to burden themselves or their families with a slow, long, humiliating decline. Into an
Jesus! Fuck! This microphone pack has just given me an electric shock!
Are you okay?
I don't know, I think it fried my asshole!
Oh, it's still
Me
on
he
the
oído lo este.
Sorry, my apologies all.
Are you not worried that this new system might be open to abuse?
In what way?
Sorry, I've got sacked again. Can I get a little bit of help here, please?
That the older generation might feel somewhat...
Jesus, a Rochelle face, fucker! That one was massive. Right, no, this bastard's coming off.
Sorry, but the
Yo, yo,
older
deja de
generation
decir taco ya.
might feel somewhat coerced.
Coerced into spending their final days eating gourmet food and drinking fine wine and luxury spas and gardens.
Look, I am perfectly capable of... Oh, fuck! My grandmother with a rusty twat!
Prime Minister, please watch your language.
Yo deja de decir taco ya.
For fuck's sake!
Go get yourself sorted out.
Right.
We're launching a government information film tonight. It should tell your viewers everything they need to know.
You really do move at a breathless pace. It's hard to believe you've yet to be in office a year.
Oh, Megan, we're only getting started.
And on that note, thank you both so much for being here. Jeremy.
Right, yes, that's all we have time for tonight. Our thank yous go out to our guests. Congratulations to all the winners at the Sports Board Final, and we'll see you tomorrow night at the same time. My name is Jeremy Donaldson. If you can, have a peaceful night.
And we're out. Good job, everybody.
So they just...
Me da un calambrazo.
A good thing.
It's my nephew, so we transitioned, but it's not the leak.
Emisión finalizada. Hola, salud.